人员 Wesley。今天我来到宿务最新的一间学校，叫 EV。那我今天要来跟他们的校长 Mr. David 有一段的访谈。那我们一起来认识这一间最新的新宠儿。Hi, Mr. David.
Hi.
I'm Wesley from iOutback. Nice to know. You look so artistic to me.
This is not part of the question, but thank
No.
you.
Yeah.
I think we French people, we have a little bit of an artist.
EV is a newly established school.
No. We started teaching English here in Cebu in 2002. We were actually the third school in Cebu, a long time ago. We established EV in 2004. So we are actually one of the pioneers here in English education in the Philippines.
What makes you wanted to start a school in Cebu?
Well, this is actually not me. It's my Korean partner. We work together. We've been working together for many years. And at that time, our market was exclusively a Korean market. There was a real need for Korea, for South Korean citizens to open to English. But they were not that open at that time, but it was a long time ago, 16 years ago.
Yes.
So the idea was just to provide a quality English education, and the Philippines appears to be right in the center of Asia. We have here English as one of the national languages.
Yes.
So yes, this is something that people were not really aware of. It's like little treasure that people discovered very late.
Yes.
If you see the BPO industry nowadays in Cebu and the number of call centers here, you will understand that it is a real asset that was not taken into consideration for a very long time. So we are right in the heart of Asia, which is good for all the Asian countries who have a need to learn more English. The country is very open to tourism. People are very nice, of course, and we were able to provide from the beginning a very, very affordable quality English education here.
What kind of effort did EV make to maintain the pioneers leading in this market?
First, we had to establish a certain trend. Let's say back in 2002, nobody knew about this potentiality here. So it was, let's say, maybe a little bit difficult. Every time we had to open a new country, we had to open people's mind at the same time. Originally, if you think about Taiwan, let's say around 2010,
Yes.
it was not that obvious for Taiwanese people that the Philippines was a great destination for English study. So the thing is, we knew what we had here. Of course, we took the time to upgrade and update in every possible way since the beginning. This is the quality of the teachers, the quality of the programs, the quality of facilities, the quality of management. This is something that we had to work on little by little. Until now, actually, it's a never-ending story. We always have to improve. But one of the difficulties, if you wish, was really to see how to reach out for every single country. The way we open to the South Korean market is different from the way we had to open to the Taiwanese market. So we had to learn a little bit about each culture also to be able to present our project and make people understand that what we are doing here is actually a very good thing for the whole community.
So what's the program that provided by EV that you are so proud of?
Most of the schools here in Cebu, they go with the same kind of setup. Most of the schools, like we do, have general English programs, what we do call ESL. We have an exam preparation program, also courses, that's IELTS, TOEFL, TOEIC, etc. And we have the professional English course. The official terminology is ESP, English for specific purposes. So we have a couple of programs here. We offer a very, very strong ESL course for sure, and we have a very strong IELTS guarantee course. This is the course that we started about a year ago, and so far the guarantee course we scored 100% success.
Wow.
So all the students who enjoy that course, they successfully reached the target within the 12 months of training, which is quite a good point for us. Apart from this, in terms of uniqueness, let's say, we have one program that we call the ELCA. We are the only one to do that so far. ELCA stands for English Learning and Cultural Awareness. That's a program that we developed since 2016, I believe, in partnership with the ASEAN Institute in a university in Thailand. So basically, this is a program where we combine the English classes with culture awareness, kind of a seminar or lectures from professors from UP, the University of the Philippines. So for this particular program, we have a partnership with the faculty from UP. Once again, your students or clients might not be familiar with UP, this is actually the #1 university in the Philippines. So it's quite a good deal for us. And we have this program where students study English in our school in the morning. And every afternoon they have lectures held by, most of the time, by teachers from the professors from the University of UP. We talk about economy, history, geography, culture, tourism, etc. And it's followed by group discussion. So you end up with students from different ASEAN countries getting all together, and for 2 weeks they learn a lot about themselves, about the culture, and how to open to all this ASEAN community.
It's really good experience.
Yeah, that's a good experience. Our junior programs, I would say, are also, again, it's not about the uniqueness, but I would say quite strong if you consider that we started in 2013, I believe, working with junior, and so far, in every country we've been partnering for junior camp, from Russia to Korea, Japan. So far, since 2013, all our partners continue working with us. 100% of our partners, they continue working with us.
How would you describe the teachers in EV?
If you need one keyword, I would say smart. Finding teachers in the Philippines for ESL schools like us can sometimes be a challenge. There's more offer than demand. There's a lot of competition here, which is a good thing. Positive competition brings better standards, but at the same time it can be difficult sometimes to find teachers. We have our own network of hiring, and so we've been doing this for a long time. But the key word I would say is, for me, the brain. I like working with smart people. This is something that I usually don't share too much, but it's like this. In Asia, people tend to give very high importance to the university hierarchy. I believe this is the same in Taiwan. This is definitely the same in South Korea, in Japan. If you come from a great university, people tend to believe that you might have more skill, which is a very good way to operate. It is different from my mindset. Again, I am a European, I have a different way of thinking, and what we do, we focus a lot on what we call cum laude. So basically here in the Philippines, you have the same high education that you have in any other country. And when people finish their final graduation at the university, they come up with a final score, a global score for the whole 4 or 5 years course they completed. When people score a very high score in Taiwan or in my country, we call this with honors, right? You graduate with honors. They have the same in the Philippines. They call it cum laude. That's Latin. It means, I believe, that you passed with an overall score superior to 92% for the whole thing. And this is something I am very, very interested in. I like working with smart people. That's been my trend since the beginning, since I've been working with the EV Academy. I like working with smart people because they learn very fast, they are very flexible. So this is really the key word. And I don't know my current statistics, but I know that at some point, about last year, we had 38% of our teachers who were graduated with cum laude from different universities. And for me, this is definitely what I said. This is what I think.
Clients should be proud of.
Yeah.
Who should come to EVs in your point of view?
I'm going to talk about individual students, because for the groups, it's going to be something different. For individual students, anyone who has a clear goal should come to us. We used to offer exclusively intensive programs, what people call Sparta in Asia, but I hate this word. So let's call it
intensive.
Yeah, that's IEP, Intensive English Programs. That's the official international terminology. Sparta is understood only in some selected countries in Asia. It doesn't mean anything. Intensive English programs, everybody understands. So we've been doing a lot of this before. We were the first school to offer IEP in Cebu. This is how we became, not famous, but we made a name, let's say. Nowadays it's different. Nowadays we offer intensive programs, semi-intensive programs. We offer a little bit of everything. Still, our focus, of course, is English and drastic improvement. Our reward, if you wish, as a school, as a company, our reward is the success of the students, of course. It never feels good to me to have people who would come here at a certain level of English and leave after a couple of weeks with almost the same level. It's a failure for me. I have the feeling that we are doing our part to do the best we can to push people to get a higher score. So definitely what I like, if you are talking about a particular student's profile, I like people who know what they want. If you know what you want and you come here, we are going to do both, teach you and coach you, because this is what people like, coaching, discipline. So here, this is what we are very good in. We're good in coaching. So if you do this, you come with a low level, and if you have a real goal, yeah, I can take you there. If you have a low ambition, it means that I'm going to fight all over with you, which is not really my cup of tea.
What is your vision for EV?
In the future, you mean?
Yes.
It's a difficult question for two reasons. First, because there are things that we are planning that is already on our roadmap that I don't really want to share.
Yes.
And also because, you know, a company, it's something that is very organic. It's very alive. This is something that changes with time, okay? And we take one direction, sometimes because we have a vision or a goal, sometimes because we respond to opportunities. You see what I mean? If you had asked the same questions 5 years ago, I would tell you that the goal was probably to continue working in the intensive English field. If you ask me now, after the wave of internationalization we saw during the last few years, again, a couple of years ago, like every other school in Cebu, we used to get students from 5, 6, 7 major Asian countries, including Taiwan and South Korea, Japan, Vietnam. Nowadays, we get students from 18 different countries.
Wow.
You see, so the vision has to change and to be adaptive, or to be adaptable to the new trends also. And this is the time we decided to focus on the improvement of the facilities. This is something that I always found a bit sad to see that in the Philippines, most of the schools, and this is a very personal opinion, including my school, we did not make enough efforts when it comes to facilities. Considering that, this is a school, so basically people come for English. But now I think the time has come to understand that people coming to the Philippines feels a little bit like a kind of a holiday kind of feeling. Give the facilities of a resort, with the amenities of a school at the same time. That's a kind of a mix. So that was the case. That was the step. The next step is on modernizing the academic section. Okay. So basically, we have a whole team now working on curriculum development. Soon, every educational material, every resource should be accessible through digital content, all controlled from the office. And we should be able to do all through tablets and computers. We're working on modernizing our IT kind of system.
It's really challenging.
Yeah, it's working well. It's just that it takes time.
Okay. Last but not least, Mr. David, do you have any words for our future potential students?
Yes. Well, we've been working with iOutback for a couple of years already. I think the experience is quite positive for the both of us. So basically, I welcome all your students to maybe inquire about us, see what other schools have to offer. The Philippines is a very good option in general, I would say. And of course, we are always thankful for people showing interest in our school. So basically, if you have a serious goal, and if you have a real need to learn English, you're very welcome to come to our school, and we will do the best we can to support you and help you reach your goals. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. And now I stop work. I do not follow any
programs.
Yeah, I don't follow any pattern. Yeah, I just go with the flow, and at the end of the day, the result is very, very positive so far. Yes.
I would say really very impressive how your school went.
Thank you very much.
It's different thing that I heard from